What's up YouTube, Team Requiem here. Another deck profile, my version of the Dragons. Played competitive twice, top 8 both times. On the second time, I went undefeated into top 8 but lost from a bad hand. We all get those bad hands once in a while. So thought I'd make the deck profile of it. 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons, self-explanatory. They start to swarm when they get summoned. The 28 beat sticks, easy to bring out. Remove a face a dragon type monster on your side of the field. Bam, bring them out. Special summon a dragon from your hand or graveyard. Pretty broken. 2 Eclipse Wyverns, they're good to help bring them out. When he's sent to the graveyard, you banish the metal from your deck since he's the only target. When this guy gets removed from the graveyard or banished, you add metal to your hand. Or if you have other cards, special summon metal from the remove pile, it helps too, or banish pile. I only run 2 because I only run 3 metals in the deck and he's the only target. I don't like the 3 for 3 idea, I'd rather have the 2 for 3. It works for me. It helps get them in the graveyard. I play 2 Raikos. They're good for mill. They're good for first turn sets because people won't expect really the Raikos in a dragon deck, probably until now. He's good for milling, good for taking care of that one back row your opponent has, or that one monster that you can't get over. I run 1 Lila. Back row destruction, she's a 17 beater, she's pretty decent, and for the milling. 2 Dark Flare Dragons. They have a Chaos Sorcerer effect to special summon themselves. On top of that, he also has a DD Crow-like effect and a Foolish Burial. You pitch a dragon from your hand to the graveyard, then you pitch one from your deck to the graveyard, and then you banish any card in either player's graveyard. That could hurt a bunch of decks, or benefit you when you need to remove an Eclipse Wyvern to get a metal to your hand. He could screw over Injectors by removing their Hornet. He could do a lot of things. I like him a lot. 2 Light Pulsars. This card, to me, is really broken. He has the Chaos Sorcerer effect, just like Dark Flare, special summon him, removing a light and dark. Also, what I like about him, when he dies, when he's on the field and he dies and gets sent to the graveyard and you have a metal or dark flare, your opponent has to make that extra push to get rid of this monster coming out because he brings back level 5 or higher dark dragon type monster from the graveyard when he's sent to the graveyard. So I think he's pretty broken. They kill him, they waste something to kill him, you bring out metal, they have to get rid of him or you're going to start the loop up all over again. I run 2 Divine Dragon Apocalypse. He's actually a new tech card we just thought of putting in. He's a lot better than Genesis Dragon for you can discard any card to add any dragon type monster to your hand. I think he's pretty good. You could go some good combos. Pitch Eclipse Wyvern, add metal back to your hand, or Light Pulsar, or Dark Flare. Search for Wyvern, and then if you add the Light Pulse or Dark Flare, you just remove them, automatic metal into your hand. He's pretty broken, and he's dark. I like it a lot. Mana Drago. He's the tuner of the deck. I don't think there's more than 1 tuner necessary for the deck. He's fine with me. Whenever I draw him, he's usually not a dead draw. I like having him. To me, he's pretty good. 1 BLS. Self-explanatory. Big beat stick, better than Chaos Sorcerer, and he does damage. He wins games. Now, recently I took out Wyvern and Prime, and I found myself siding Thunder Kings in every match I played. I sided in Thunder Kings, and I like these a lot. They're good first turn stalls, and also he's just amazing. Anybody could say he's amazing. He's a 19 beat stick that negates, succeeds, and synchros. Who doesn't like that? Or inherit summons. But, yeah, I think he's a lot better than the Prime and Wyvern I had in the deck. For Magics, you got your Future Fusion. You need Future Fusion. The deck does not work that well without Future Fusion. It makes the deck so much faster, and you can pull off your OTK so fast. To find out your Future Fusion, 2 Gold Sarks. I find 2 enough, 3 is just too much. You'll draw them inconsistently, and you'll screw yourself over with 3. 1 Foolish Burial, get that extra dragon you need in the graveyard, light or dark. Charge your Light Brigade, you mill, and you get that Light Sword monster to your hand. It's a plus to me. Dark Hole, self-explanatory, kills everything. Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. Book of Moon, helps protect your stuff, or stops your opponent from exceeding or synchroing. 2 MSTs for that back row control. 1 heavy, back row control. I play a solemn and 2 warnings. Solemn to protect whatever you have. The warnings to stop rabbit or whatever monster that gets in your way. 2 call the haunted. So you're going to need stuff to bring monsters back from your graveyard for you rely on the special summoning. They're still pretty good though. 2 torrentials, just stop your opponents. These goes good especially with light pulsar. If they summon, you have light pulsar and you know they can't do anything after, you torrential and bring back your metal. And then your turn, you just bring light pulsar back with metal's effect. 1 Starlight Road, you gotta protect your dragons. You run a lot of traps in this deck, so you need Starlight Road. I'm thinking of teching 2 for how many traps I run and the monster layout, but right now I'm using 1. 2 Escape from a Dark Dimension. You need them. You remove a lot in this deck. Well, why not? It's your Call the Haunted, but from the Banish file. It works really well. And then one Return from a Different Dimension. Pretty broken. OTK card. Brings back everything. You can do your mini swarm. It's just really good. It's worth half the life points to pay for. For the side deck right now, the 2 cards I took out, Wavering and Prime Material. I'm probably going to throw in 2 other things, probably like a deck Devi. I got to get changes in appearances, so if my side deck's bad, don't blame me. Mind Control. I like using this against rabbits. They bring out Yugioh or the other guy. You go Mind Control, take their monster. It's a dragon. Remove from metal. Done. That's one less thing out the way. 2 Bottomlesses. I side them in against, rabbit. They go remove rabbit, bring out the Sabrosauruses, Bottomless. Kills them. I prefer it a lot. And it's good against Blackwings, because I'm starting to see Blackwings getting played again. Good against Thunder King. I played 2 Cyber Dragons. Good against windups. Against Rabbit. I personally like him a lot. He's a 21 beater. Gets over a lot of monsters. An MSC. You always need that one MST just when people play Skill Drain. When people play Necro Valley, it's good to have. 2 Smashing Ground for when you play those decks that always have a constant big hitter that's heavier than metal. Helps protect them. You just Smashing Ground their monster, run through, and go for game. Like I said, I might be throwing in a second deck Devi. These kill Insectors. This kills windups. This kills a lot. Pretty good. I don't mind tributing a metal or something to kill my opponent knowing I'm going to have game since they can't do anything. 2 Trap Holes. Stops Insectors. They go summon, trap hole. They're done. And I run 2 DD Crow. DD Crow always helps. Either he kills Light Sworn or he'll kill Insectors by removing Hornet. It's just DD Crow is a mass versatile use. Stops Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn. He's just very versatile. I like him a lot, and he's dark, so he's good for the removal. Now for the extra deck, you have 2 Stardust Dragons. 1 for the Starlight Road, of course, and 1 for if I need a synchro for. I might be throwing in a 3rd if I add in a Starlight Road. A Red Dragon Archfiend. I find myself getting stuck with Spirit Reaper a lot, so I synchro for him. Run over Spirit Reapers. Pretty good. 1 Black Rose. Nukes the field when you need to for those important times. Trident Dragon. Busting out the OTK when you need to. Pop cards on your field. You're good. Bionic, self-explanatory, pitch stuff, bounce stuff. Thought Ruler, he's just a level 8 beater. I don't have Scrap Dragon yet, so I'm throwing in Thought Ruler. Ancient Fury, I had the Ancient Fury in for Necro Valley decks. Or Dark World. Boom, pop. It's good. Kill their field card. A Mistworm, Trish is banned. Mistworm still does work. I like him a lot. Iron Chain, I had Gaia in there, but every time I need a level 6 synchro, I needed a dragon to remove from metal. And I just found that having Iron Chain was better than Gaia for many situations. 5-headed, of course you need 5-headed for Future Fusion. He's a 5,000 beast stick if you get him out, so that's a big threat to your opponents. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, I run the Cyber Dragons, I need him. He's good against windups, kills things. Colossal Fighter, he's a good stall. A lot of decks are starting to run Warriors now. So why not have the Classified or run over anything that metal can? Light End Dragon, same situation. Whatever metal can't get over, attack with this card, and bam, dead. Decrease its attack by 500, decrease your opponent's monster's attack and defense by 1500 until the end phase. I still think this is really good. And Exploder Wing Dragon. I love this card against any light deck that runs Honest, because he just goes attack, automatically kill the monster without damage calc, and your opponent loses the amount that the monster has. So say I'm playing Lysthorns, attack Jane, they can't drop Honest. Jane automatically gets destroyed by his effect, and my opponent would take 1800. I like him a lot. Easy to take on the deck. So that's the Chaos Dragon deck. Hope you enjoyed.